Hello and good morning to all of you for attending such an important session on NFPA 70B. This session of NFPA 70B is very important for all engineers, supervisors, electrical foremen, and electrical technicians. This chapter is basically, or the session is basically based on the chapter 11 of NFPA 70B, that is power and distribution transformer. So first we will discuss the scope of this chapter. The clause 11.1 basically describes the scope of this chapter. This chapter identifies the maintenance requirement of power and distribution transformer. So further, this test is, or we can say this chapter is not applicable for the control power transformer and we can say instrument transformer like current transformer CT and power potential transformer PT. So 11.2 of this chapter defines frequency of maintenance. The frequency of maintenance of the transformer is performed in accordance with the table 9.3.2 that is defined, and already we have discussed in chapter 9, that is 9.2 equipment conditional assessment. So, or it is also prescribed in the table 11.2. So now we discuss what is table 11.2. Table 11.2 is basically of equipment conditional assessment. This table is basically divided into four columns and is only based on a single task, that is insulation, fluiding, liquid testing and sampling. So second column is all about the condition 1 that is described by a 12-month and is column 3 is condition 2 that is 12 month, and the column 4 is the condition 3 that is 6 month, that is prescribed by NFPA 70B in the for the maintenance interval of sampling and testing of transformer oil or insulating fluid in this chapter of transformer. So 11.3 is all about periodic maintenance procedures. So this section is basically divided into 6 subsections. Number 1, 11.3.1, that is visual inspection of the transformer. Number 2, 11.3.2, that is cleaning of the transformer. Number 3, 11.3.3, that is the lubrication of the transformer and is reserve section. Number 4, 11.3.4, that is mechanical servicing of the transformer. Number 5, 11.3.5, that is electrical servicing of the transformer. Number 6, 11.3.6, that is also for special instructions or special case and is also reserved. Now we will discuss 11.3.1, that is visual inspection of the transformer. The transformer's visual inspection is to be performed in accordance with the table 11.3.1. But before going to discuss table 11.3.1, I want to discuss the testing methods that was described and earlier discussed in chapter number 8, field testing and the testing methods. And it's clause 8.3, that is category of testing, where there are 4 types of the testings are defined and explained. Number 1, online testing, the testing in which the transformer is connected to the supply and the test is performed at online. Number 2 is 1A, that is online enhanced test. In this test, the transformer is connected to the supply or the source, and this test is not typically performed in routine maintenance activities and provide additional diagnostic information. The third type of the test is offline test, in which the transformer is not connected to the supply, that is disconnected from the source, and is further connected to the source of supply of external meter or device that will going to test the transformer. And the fourth type of test is offline enhanced test, in which the transformer is not connected to the source of supply, that is it is disconnected and is further connected to the external source of supply, that is meter or the testing device from which the transformer is to be tested. And that typically not performed in routine maintenance activities, and it provides additional diagnostic information on the transformer. So these are the four types of the test, and this all tests we have analyzed in this table. So now we are going to discuss table 11.3.1. The 11.3.1 table is divided into four columns. The column number 1 is of task or the activity, and column number 2 is basically of low voltage or small winding die type transformer. The column number 3 is large winding die type transformer, and the column number 4 is liquid or oil immersed transformer. So we will discuss each task accordingly one by one. But before going to start each task, the dry type transformer is divided into two columns, that is column number 2 and column number 3, in which two categories are defined. For small winding die type transformer, that is less than 600 kVA, and is further subdivided into two subcategories, that is for single phase less than 167 kVA, and for three phase less than 500 kVA. And for column number 3, large winding die type transformer, it is greater than 600 kVA, which is further divided into two subcategories, that is greater than 167 kVA for single phase transformer and greater than 500 kVA for three phase transformer. There are 9 sections in the table 11.3.1, that is visual inspection. Number 1, we have inspect services bolted connection. So this inspection can be done offline, that is type 2 for all three types of the transformer. And what is the services bolted of the transformer? Services bolted of the transformers are the bolts of the main transformer tank. We can say the plate of HT or LT connection. There are multiple gauges or meters that are installed through bolted connection. We can say cooling fans and plates of the control cabinets and the control cabinets mounting. So all these are defined and comes in the category of services bolted, that is the bolt other than electrical bolted connection. Number 2 is verify fluid leakages on cooling devices. So this test can be performed either online or offline. For liquid immersion test, in what we see is the leakage of the transformer oil from the transformer tank or transformer LTHT side, transformer buckles relay, magnetic oil gauge. And for we can say dry type transformer, for small dry type transformer, we can just check it out if there is a cooling fan or forced ventilation. So we have checked it out that if there is any leakage from the motors of the cooling fans of any grease or lubrication. And for large dry type transformer, we will check the cooling fans leakages motor as well as the heat exchanger that is employed for large dry type transformer to transfer heat from transformer tank to the surface area of the water and then to the outside. So point number 3 is all about inspect liquid level gauges, alarms and recorded values. This inspection we can say is not applicable for a small and large dry type transformer, and it is only applicable for liquid immersed transformer. And just we visually check the liquid levels if it is defined or we can say below the predefined level. And point number 4, what we do, we will inspect the neutral grounding impedance device for corrosion. So what we do in it, we just check the corrosions of the neutral devices, and it is also applicable for all three transformer and can be performed either online or offline, that is type 1 or 2. And the point number 5 is to check the nitrogen bolted pressure system. And this test is also not applicable for small and large dry type transformer and is only applicable for liquid immersed transformer, and can easily check through nitrogen gas if there is a positive pressure or negative pressure. If it is below or we can say towards left side of the zero, then the pressure inside the tank is decreasing, and if it is towards positive side, right side of the zero, then the pressure in the in the transformer tank of the nitrogen is normal. So the other test is to perform the we can say PRD, pressure relief device, have not actuated. This test is also not applicable for dry type transformers and is only applicable for liquid immerse transformer. And in this test, just we will check it through offline, that is type 2, and just we will check if it is actuated or not by physically seeing it or visually inspecting it. So the number 7 is to inspect that the pressure relief device, or we can say pressure relief relay or Buckles relay is operating, or it's the level of the Buckles relay in the transformer. So it is also not applicable for dye type transformer. Is only applicable for oil immerse transformer. In this relay, just we will look out that if there is any alarm on the relay, or the secondly we check out the level of the oil in the relay. So in the second last test, that is test number or the inspection number 8, is basically we will verify the transformer hour or under pressure and recorded alarms and values. So this test is also not applicable for dry type transformers and only applicable for liquid level or oil immerse transformer, and we just verify if there is any over pressure or under pressure through gauges or PRDs, etc. The last test is very important test. In this test, what we look, we will verify or inspect the transformer tank for any corrosion or painted condition or degraded painted condition. So this test is performed for all 3 transformer, or this inspection can be done for all 3 types of transformer, and can be done either inspected online or offline, that is type 1 or 2. We have to maintain the integrity of the transformer tank from corrosions, or we can say from dirt or any type of damages or the transformer tank, and we have to take appropriate action. That's it from the visual inspection of the transformer. Now, after discussing table 11.3.1, that is visual inspection, we are going to discuss 11.3.2, that is all about cleaning. So as per NFPA 70B, the transformer shall be cleaned or removed from the contamination or build-up of dust or debris. Furthermore, it also specifies that the insulators or bushings shall also be cleaned or wiped out or removed for the surface built-up of contamination. Now we are going to discuss clause 11.3.4, that is mechanical servicing of transformer. The mechanical servicing of transformer is performed in accordance with table 11.3.4. So what is table 11.3.4 is all about? It is basically divided into 4 columns. Column number 1 is about activity or the task. Column number 2 and 3 is all about dry type transformer, and the column number 4 is basically about liquid or oil immerse transformer. So dry type transformer is basically divided into 2 columns. One is column number 2, which consists of a transformers less than 600 kVA, and the column number 3 is all about the large dry type transformer that is greater than 600 kVA. Furthermore, column 2 and 3 is subdivided into 2 subcategories. Number 1, single phase transformer that is less than 167 kVA, and 3 phase transformer that is less than 500 kVA, and for column 3, single phase transformer that is greater than 167 kVA, and 3 phase transformer that is greater than 500 kVA. So we are going to discuss each activity or type one by one. So there are 4 activities in this tables. So number 1 is servicing bolted connections. As we have already discussed in visual inspection table 11.3.1, services bolted connections are basically the connection of transformer main plate, transformers cooling fans, transformers devices that are connected with them, like magnetic oil gauge, oil level indicator, winding temperature device, oil temperature device, and any other type of the device. So this can be done for all three transformer on offline basis, that is type 2. Now the point 1 is subdivided into 2 points, 1A and 1B. For 1A, verify the tightness of accessible electrical voltage connection. This all can be done offline, that is type 2, for all the transformers. What is electrical voltage connection? The electrical voltage connections are the connections of primary and secondary winding, connection of grounding, connection of NGR, neutral grounding resistors, connection of all the devices electrical that is connected to the control panel. And 1B is verify the as left tape connections as specified. So it all can be done and on offline, that is type 2. So point number 2 is servicing of cooling devices as needed. And this can all be done for all three transformers offline, and for liquid transformer it can either be done offline or online. So what are the cooling devices, as we have already discussed in visual inspection? For dry type transformers we have cooling devices like fans, cooling fans, and for liquid type transformers we are having a transformer tanks. So as well as there are also pumps for force oil cooling. So we have to service and tightening all the connection of these cooling devices. The point number 3 is repair, replace, clean off enclosure ventilation screen and filters. So for dry type transformer it can be done either online or offline, that is type 1 or type 2, and it is not applicable for the liquid immersed transformers, as we have know that the screening filters or screening meshes is installed around only dry type transformers to avoid the ingress of dust, dirt, and their accumulation that can impact the transformer. And the point number 4 is servicing of control cabinet connections, and it can all be done for all transformer offline, that is type 2, as we know that it is very important because all connections control come into control cabinet from all devices of the transformer, such as buckles, relays, or we can say oil gauges and different types of cooling fans. So it goes to main transformer HV panel. So it is very important. So we have to maintain the tightness and the tightness of this control cabinet. That's it from mechanical section of transformer. Now we are going to discuss clause 11.3.5, that is electrical testing and servicing of transformer. The electrical testing and servicing of transformer is performed in accordance with the table 11.3.5. So 11.3.5 table basically consists of 19 tasks or activities that are prescribed by NFPA 70B in this table. As we have earlier discussed in 11.3.1 and 11.3.4, the table is consists of the 4 columns as usual. So we will discuss accordingly one by one each task. Number 1, we have to measure the insulation or the core insulation from the ground. This test cannot be applicable for small dry type transformer and is applicable for large dry type transformer and liquid immersed transformer. So in this test we have just checked the insulation of the core with respect to the ground by using a Megger. If the value of such insulation resistance is less or is 0 then there is a ground fault between core and the ground, or there is a leakage of the current. So its value is always greater than or in hundreds of mega ohm. The second test we have is to measure excitation current of each pole. This test cannot be applicable for small dry type transformer and is only applicable for large dry type transformer and oily mass transformer. So what we do in this test, we will check the excitation current or the magnetization current of transformer and applying a certain voltage on the primary, or we can say high voltage side of the transformer by opening the secondary or low voltage side, and we have calculated or we have evaluated excitation current through ammeter, and if such excitation current is equal in all phases, then it is good. If it is not equal, then there is a problem in transformer core, tape changing, or transformer winding. So this test can be performed, we can say offline, for both the dry type transformer and oily mass transformer, that is type 2. The third test is to measure the insulation power factor. This test is basically not applicable for the small winding dry type transformer and is performed for large winding dry type transformer or oily mass transformer in offline mode, that is type 2. What we do in this test, we have applied a voltage, that is rated voltage or greater than rated voltage, to the transformer, and we have checked its power factor, or we can say we have checked its 10 delta, that is the ratio of resistance with capacitive current. So if it is conducting and if there is any degradation in insulation or resistive component, then the 10 delta is increasing. So its value should be less than, or we can say 0.01 or 0.05. So if it is greater, then the health of the insulation is not good and it is deteriorating. So number 4 test is measure power factor tip up. So this test is not applicable for small winding and small winding dry type transformer and liquid immer transformer. So we have only performed it on dry type large winding transformer as per NFPA 70B. So what we do in the power factor, insulation power factor tip up test, we just apply voltage in increasing ratio, that is 25%, 50%, and then increasing 75% to 100%, and check the behavior of insulation and its tip up. If the power factor is not stable or is not increasing, then the insulation is good. If on the stress of the voltage the power factor increases, then its insulation is deteriorating and appropriate action is to be needed. Test number 5 is measures insulation quality of transformer. So this test is applicable for all 3 types of the transformer: small winding, large winding dry type transformer, as well as oily mass transformer. So this test can be done offline, that is type 2. So what we do in this test, we have just check out the insulation resistance on the primary side of the transformer with respect to the ground, the secondary side of the transformer with respect to the ground, and the insulation between primary and secondary of the transformer. If its value is within mega ohms or within acceptable range, then it is okay. If it is not, then the insulation is degrading and there is a problem in the insulation. So test number 6 is all about measuring neutral to ground impedance. So this test is not applicable and we cannot perform in small winding dry type transformer as per NFPA 70B, and it can be performed on large winding dry type transformer as well as oily mass transformer. So what we do in this test, we just check out the NGR or the neutral grounding resistor or any solidly grounding system or reactance grounding system. So just we have checked it out the grounding points, and we have checked the ground continuity test with the grid, or we can say fault potential test or point to point grounding test, and check out the condition of the grounding and the NGR. If its value is within acceptable range, then it's okay. If not, then it an appropriate action to be taken. So the test number 7 is all about measuring, or we can say perform partial discharge test on MV or HV winding. So this test is also not applicable for smaller die-type transformer, and is only applicable for large die-type transformer and liquid immerse transformer, and can be performed in 1A, that is online enhanced mode. So what we do in this partial discharge test, just we have to find the cracks or voids or bubbles in the insulation or deterioration point in the insulation. So it can be divided into two types, that is surface partial discharge and internal partial discharge. So we have applied a voltage, and we have to find the cracks or discharges, and we will observe such discharges, and it is measured in picocolumns, that is around 50 to 60, and if it is increasing and not balanced in all three phases of the transformer, then there is a problem, and there is a voids or bubbles in the transformer localized point. So next test is the test number 8, that is to measure the insulation on bushings. So measure power factor on insulation bushings. So this test is also not applicable for small winding type transformer and large winding type transformer, and is only applicable for liquid immerse transformer, and can be performed in offline enhanced mode, that is 2A. And in this test we have applied voltage greater than 1000. So we have just checked there is if there is any tracking, or there is any contamination on the bushing that will cause arcing, or can cause flash over. So just applying voltage and checking the integrity of bushings, we have evaluated the health of the bushings. The next test is all about, we can say test number 9 is to perform sweep frequency analysis on transformer. So this test is not applicable for dry and small and large dry type transformer, and is only applicable for we can say oil immerse transformer. So it can be done offline enhanced mode, that is type 2A. So what we do in this sweep frequency analysis test, just we have applied high frequency voltage signals to the transformer, that is in the range of 20 hertz to 20, we can say 20 kilohertz to 2 megahertz up to 20 or 200 megahertz. So from this we have find if there is any mechanical instability in the transformer winding core, bolts, tape changer. So we have evaluated any irregularity of mechanical structure. This test is basically performed when transformer is to be shifted from a manufacturing site to the site where it is installed. So we have find and evaluate mechanical integrity on this from this test on the transformer. So now the next test is all about test number 10, that is to perform turn ratio on all load tape changer tapes. So this test is also not applicable for the small winding die type transformer as well as large die type transformer, and is only applicable for oil immerse transformer. So what we do in this test, we just apply the voltage on the primary side and measure the voltage on the secondary side, and just by calculating it through formula, or we can check it out by a digital meter, or using Omicron or any other types of testing devices. So this test is very important to check the integrity of the transformer windings, if there is any short turns, interturn fault, or any problem in the winding core or else. So the next test is I think is test point number 12 or test number 12, that is perform insulation test on no load tape changers on all tapes. So this test is only is performed for all types of transformer, that is small and large winding type transformer, oil immerse transformer, and can be performed on offline enhanced mode, that is 2A. So the next test is all about perform turn ratio on transformers tapes, or we can say on all tapes. So this test can be performed offline on all types of transformer, that is type 2. So the next test is very important, that is to perform resistance of the winding of the transformer at all taps. So these taps can be performed offline in harsh mode, that is type 2A for small and large die type transformer, and for oil immersed transformer it can be performed on offline, that is 2A. So the next test is also very important test. In this test, we have just performed the insulation resistance measurement. So electrical insulation resistance measurement is very important for bolted electrical connection. So in this test, we just check the bolted electrical connections of the primary and secondary winding, and check out that it is either in acceptable limit or not. So the other test is also a very important test. In this test, we just perform the high pot or perform voltage, high voltage to the transformer. And as per NFPA, this test is only performed on large dry type transformer. That is on offline in harsh mode 2A, and is not performed in small dry type transformer or oil immersed transformer. What we do in this test, we just applied a high voltage to the insulation or the primary or secondary winding, and check out there whether it is sustain the voltage, if there is any leakage current, or if there is any abnormality or any degradation in the insulation. So from this test we can check it out, the integrity of insulation. So the next test we can say is to perform oxygen percentage oxygen check in insulation blanket. So this test is only performed in liquid immersed transformer and not performed in small and large winding die type transformer. And we have just checked out the percentage of oxygen in the nitrogen blankets. So if it is less than 1%, then it's okay. If not, then there is a moisture or there is a oxidation or air in the insulating blanket portion of the transformer. So the other important test is basically testing and sampling of the fluid, liquid or transformer oil. So by collecting the transformer oil from the transformer tank, then we have it evaluated in the laboratory to check for the following parameters. Number one, water content. So water content is a very important factor in deteriorating the condition and the insulating property of the transformer oil. For normal and good transformer, it is almost below 30 to 35 ppm in the transformer oil. If it's increasing, then it causes deterioration in the transformer oil. Number two is specific gravity. Specific gravity is also very important parameter. Specific gravity is basically the ratio of the density of the oil to the density of the water. So for normal transformer, the specific gravity range is basically 0.8 to 2 to 0.91. It is always within this range. If it is increasing or decreasing, then it causing the problem in the transformer oil. So the third parameter is acid neutralization number. So acid neutralization number is also very important factor that tells how much amount of oil is oxidizing, or how much amount of sludge is creating in the transformer, or that is because due to heat or electrical field. So the normal range limit of acid neutrality number is between 0.01 to 0.14. That is, we can say milligram of potassium hydroxide per gram of the oil. The fourth test is specific resistance or resistivity. So it is very important parameter for evaluating the condition of the transformer oil. So it's normal and the acceptable value is around in 10 power 12 ohm centimeter. So another important test or parameter of oil testing is its breakdown value. So for good transformer, the breakdown value of the transformer is always around, we can say 30 to 35 kilovolt per millimeter and above. And for new and high voltage transformer, it is always greater than 60 to 65 kilovolt per millimeter square per millimeter. So other is test for evaluating the oil's condition is the oil visualization or oil color. If it is in a good condition, its color is pale yellow. If it is degrading, then it's yellow. If it is further degrading, then it is brown. If it is more degrading, then it is dark black. So the color is also telling us the condition of the transformer oil. So the next and the very important test of the oil is DGA, dissolved gas analysis. As a matter of fact, we all know that there are multiple gases that are generated in the transformer due to heat, overloading, or any fault. So 9 types of gases are produced, such as number one hydrogen, number two we can say methane, then ethane, number four ethylene, five acetylene, then carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, then oxygen. There are also nitrogen. So there are multiple gases. So we have to evaluate all the gases, and then by applying Rogers ratio and Dulance triangle, we have evaluate what kind of faults are occurring in the transformer, whether it is we can say heating problem, or whether it is partial discharge, or whether it is electrical arcing. So we can analyze the internal condition of the transformer. So further test and the final analysis is the Furan analysis. This type of test is very important to evaluate the condition of degrading cellulose paper, that is winding insulation paper on the transformer. If it is degrading, then the furan compounds and the chain of compound is present in the transformer, right? So after evaluating it, we can tell that how much amount of paper is deteriorating and what is the condition of paper of the or the insulation of the transformer winding. So the last test in this table is test number 19. That is perform the testing of transformers, we can say alarms of temperature, such as winding temperature indicator, oil temperature indicator, nitrogen bottle system pressure, hour pressure, or under pressure, or we can say sudden pressure of PRD, or Bockel's relay, or liquid levels of the transformer. So all these tests can be performed offline for liquid level, or we can say large dry type transformer, and this test is not replicable for small transformer. So that's it from the electrical section, testing and maintenance of the transformer. And thank you for attending such an important session. Goodbye. Have a nice day.